3 weeks in a row. Today was a no news Monday. As you can see on the chart here, 137 points, just about. Here's the proof over here. As you can see, the entry off 521, up 1250 right here. Price started coming up even closer to this high, move stops and profit up 1250 on the day. A little more, I think it was like 1300, but as you can see from the screenshot from when I was in the trade, stops moved up aggressively, 1250 on the day. So we're just gonna call it that. I think it was like 1300 or something, but 1250 on the day, boys. Over 100 points in NQ again. This was insane. I'm about to go over the full trade recap. Here's a quick look of it at what it was. It was in this area here with this 15-minute BPR right here. That was the initial draw on liquidity. We got the further move into this high area. Like I said, over 100, around 130 points on NQ. If you guys haven't checked out the recaps from last week, we are on a 3-week win streak. This is the start of the third week. It's a no news Monday. We still caught over 100 points. Last week we had 3 days over 100 points on NQ. But let me clear the charts here and go over the full breakdown for you guys. So I'm actually going to go into the replay mode because there's actually something pretty interesting that I wanted to show you guys from today. Alright, so let's break it down. So going into New York Open. So my strategy, right, I named it the full circle strategy. The main concepts are the PO3s and the 4-hour candle CRT. If you guys aren't already in the free Discord, I trade it live in my Discord. So this, by the way, I want to show you guys this as well. I trade it live in my Discord. If you guys aren't yet in my Discord, the link, I'm going to put it in the description. It's completely free. I give premium to everyone for free. Just make sure you type from YouTube in the Discord public chat. Type from YouTube. I'll give you guys free premium. But here's a really cool stat from today. Didn't quite beat the current record, but today we logged over $28,000 in student profits. Mind you, this guy said add mine after, was up 1,600. This guy said, and then this guy sent, where is it? He sent his $1,000 payout. So we're above $30,000 today alone off student profits, including my $1,200. But absolutely insane day. If you guys aren't in this free Discord, this is where I live stream my New York session trades for completely free. Like I said, just make sure you type from YouTube in that chat. But yeah, boys, let's get into this full breakdown. I just wanted to show you guys that real quick to show you it's not just me taking these trades. I teach for free in my Discord, so that was pretty cool. I'm going to show you guys that. Alright, so let's get into this. So going into New York session, if you guys don't know, I teach my full circle strategy. The main concept is PO3s, 4-hour candle CRTs. So I'm waiting for this new 4-hour candle to open up every single day at 9 a.m. Central Time, right? So right into this top range, this is where the 9 a.m. candle was starting to open. It opened specifically right here, on this candle right here. So what do we have going into that zone? First of all, we want to mark out our session highs, session lows. So we have London high right here. Let's get that marked out. London high. And we had London lows right here. By the way, if you guys are like pretty new to this or whatever, for London highs and lows for the London session kill zone, 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. Central Standard Time, that's going to be the kill zone where you want to find the high and low of that session. And then for Asia, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. Those are where we're going to find your session lows and highs. But anyway, we got London high up there, London low down here. These are important for reversals, just liquidity. These are just key levels you want to have marked out. So we had these marked out going into the day. Also, we had Asia low. Asia low is way down here, by the way, boys. So today, going into the price action, this is all we had marked out, really. And you want to jump over to the 15-minute time frame here because this is what we were looking at. If you guys were in the live call in the Discord this morning, you guys know we had this 15-minute fair value gap right here marked out that took us through this London high. So initially, we were bullish, boys. We had not necessarily a bullish bias, but we were price. Let's jump over to the 4-hour time frame. I want to show you guys this as well. We had this area right here. What was this? It was a 4-hour bearish fair value gap. It was a 4-hour breaker block. It was the golden zone fib retracement from this swing high to this swing low. We were honestly looking to see if price was able to hold bearish here. We'd look for shorts today, like literally all day today, man. This was a very stacked area. But going into this new 4-hour candle, what do we see? We see that price inversed. It inversed all of these gaps. So price is super, super, super strong, man. Super strong. We inversed all the areas that the sellers needed to hold in order to be short. But anyway, going back into the analysis, we had this 15-minute fair value gap marked out. If you guys are completely new, don't know how to mark out fair value gaps, all it is the gap between these 3 candles right here. The first candle's wick and the last candle's wick. It's the gap in between them. Don't want to spend too much time on that. If you guys don't know that, just hop in the Discord. There's a bunch of free education in there. If you guys are like completely new, ask me questions, whatever you need to do. But I also have some other videos going over my actual strategy. But here is the 15-minute fair value gap we're looking at going into this new 4-hour candle open. What did we do at the new 4-hour candle open? We formed this accumulation range here. Oh wow, they just like put that way ahead. But what do we have before that dump that you guys just saw? We had this accumulation range. So what I want to see a PO3 for my entry. We had this accumulation range here. we had a potential PO3 setting up into this 15-minute gap. Why do we want to see that? It's not that we wanted to see it, guys. It's because this was a potential 15-minute gap, is a higher time frame fair value gap through London highs. But if you guys were in the live this morning, you guys saw me literally do this on my chart. I circled 3 areas. I said price is super strong. We have 3 areas. In order for me to be bearish today, I want to see all 3 of these areas get inversed, and then we look for a PO3 setup. But these are the 3 areas. This 15-minute fair value gap. So all this is low resistance liquidity. All low. It's called LRL. It's called trendline liquidity. Whatever you want to call it. All it is that basically it's just trendline liquidity. Price formed a low here. Then it came up, formed a higher low, a higher low, a higher low. It's lows that didn't take each other out, didn't sweep each other. You can expect price to aggressively take out this LRL. So what did I have marked out on the live call this morning? I had this 15-minute gap, this LRL, and I had London lows. I said one of these 3 areas will be one of the areas where price starts to form our PO3 model. We want to wait for PO3s in these areas. We don't want to just guess which one of these is going to hold. We want to wait for price to get to these areas and confirm that it's holding with the 5-minute CSD or 5-minute IFG. You'll see later on how we actually confirm it. But these are the 3 areas that we're looking going into. So, the first area, right? Let's start to play it out. Do we start to get accumulation, manipulation, distribution, or do we just get accumulation and then shoot through the zone? As you guys already saw, one candle price instantly inversed this gap. So what does that do? If you jump over to the 15-minute time frame, first of all, no trade here because price never got the IFG or CSD, so we can take this off. Now this candle setting in a bottom wick for its 4-hour, right? And we want to jump over to the 15-minute time frame. What does this do now? It turned this 15-minute fair value gap, bullish fair value gap, into a 15-minute BPR. All that is like overlapping fair value gaps. We had a bullish 15-minute, instantly inversed it, creating a bearish 15-minute. So this turns into a 15-minute BPR. So now what we want to see, now we're willing to play either side, right? We have London lows available on NQ. We have a 15-minute BPR. There's 2 scenarios here. So let's play out price a little bit, and I'll show you guys exactly kind of where we found the entry that made me $1,200 today. But I'm going to show you guys exactly how we ended up catching this. It's about to happen literally right now. So make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you guys like, drop a sub for more recaps, man. If you guys haven't watched the recaps from the past few weeks, we're on a big win streak right now. Made over $4,000 last week. All the recaps on how I did it and the proof are on the last week's videos. So make sure you guys check this out, drop a sub. But this is where the actual action took place this morning. What happened? Okay, let's take that back a little. I went a little too far. This is what happened. Price came down, took out all this LRL. What did I tell the chat? Okay, I said, now chat, this is the scenario. The scenario is now here again. Remember how earlier we formed, remember, the main concept of my strategy is looking for PO3s. What is that? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. What do we have up here? What do we have up here? A possible accumulation. Then we had a possible manipulation, but that needs to be confirmed by a 5-minute CSD or IFG back to the upside, which we never got. So no trade there. And then the same thing setting up here, except this time we have the London lows that I had you guys mark out before, and then we have the 15-minute BPR above. So this is literally what I drew out on the live call this morning. Anyone that was in there, you guys can vouch for me in the comments. But we had this marked out. We had this accumulation range. Price reaccumulated after it formed this. We have a 15-minute BPR above. So I went on there and I drew this. I said these are the 2 scenarios, guys. We formed a reaccumulation. We want to see price either manipulate into this BPR. So it would look something like this. Price would manipulate out of this accumulation range, tap into this zone to get the PO3, get the 5-minute CST or IFG, and then we take a short down into London low and even further down. Okay, that was the first scenario. The other scenario I had marked out was we come and manipulate the London lows because we haven't taken out London lows yet. So I literally had this marked out. So it's not like I was so strict like, oh, I'm taking longs or shorts no matter what. Price took out some of these major targets, formed a BPR. I'm willing to play a PO3, a re-PO3 entry into the BPR to finish the move to London. Or if we get this accumulation, we manipulate down first and hit this London low before, then I'll look to play the PO3 back into this BPR for a minimum target of the BPR if we go down first. So what happened, which is like one of the final steps that we needed to see to entry, was manipulation right there. So you see price wicked and manipulated this accumulation range into that London low. So now that's fine, right? That's cool. Just like earlier, that doesn't mean much quite yet. We need to see the 5-minute get a CISD or IFG. What do you see on the 5-minute? We see this 5-minute structure right here, which all this is the last up candle body closure before the down move that manipulated the accumulation lows into a higher time for POI. So, mind you, this London low isn't just a London low. This is a London low along with a 15-minute and a 4-hour fair value gap that stack up. So that you see this 15-minute fair value gap, it's also a higher time frame POI. So all this stuff lined up right here. That's why we had this area marked out as a potential area. But like I said, boys, you can see we wicked that London low. We wicked into that 15-minute fair value gap. There's one step left. We already got our accumulation range. We already have our draw on liquidity, which would be us testing this BPR. We just need to see the 5-minute close above the CIC, which is the last up candle before the down move that manipulated this range. What do we see here? Price, boom, gets a great close above. This is where we ended up taking the long in the morning. Like I said, I already showed you guys here, man. Just about with the people that sent after $30,000 in student profits today, and mind you, this is all free. Like as long as you guys type from YouTube my Discord, I teach you guys for free, and I live stream every single morning for free. So make sure you guys do that if you guys want to get into these live streams. But this is where we took the entry that went over 100 points and started me off over $1,200 on the week. Like I said, $4,000 last week, $1,000 the week before, all proof and recaps are on the YouTube, but $1,200 today to start off the week. And this was on a No News Monday. A lot of people don't trade No News Mondays. But yeah, this 5-minute CISD close above was our entry. If we jump down to the 1 minute, the protected stop was to have stops above this FVG right here. And then, like I said, the TP was back into this 15-minute BPR that we had marked. That would be the initial TP, which would be a 1-to-1R. But I think my stops were a little higher. I already moved my stops up in the screenshot, so I don't remember exactly where my stops. I think they were a little bit higher, like up in this area, to where it was more of like a 2 to 3R type of deal. But who cares? Whatever. Either way, you guys are gonna see kind of how it ends up playing out. Literally in one 5-minute candle, we instantly, pretty much no drawdown, instantly go hit that TP, hit that 15-minute BPR. And if you guys notice, we also formed a 15-minute fair value gap, or sorry, a 5-minute fair value gap after the CISD into that 15-minute BPR. So as soon, I already had it clear that this 15-minute BPR was the target. We wanted to see the PO3, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. We wanted to see this distribution leg at the very least take us into this BPR. So we achieved the BPR. I made it very clear in the Discord. Manage, manage, manage. If you guys took a half size position, either take full TP if you're comfortable with the profits. If you're not comfortable with the profits, move your stops up to break even. Or the best option would be to keep your stop loss where it's at, but scale out half. So sell half of your position. And like I said, we noticed there was this 5-minute gap, so we moved our stops up right below this 5-minute gap. And like I said, it depends. A lot of people manage a lot of different ways. Some people just went ahead and took their 1 to 2 risk to reward right here. This was a great trade. It delivered really fast, less than 5-minute trade. Most people took their profits there. Some people scaled half and held runners. Some people moved stops break even, whatever it was. But as you guys can see right here, price ended up getting that initial rejection off that BPR, right? And by the way, before it even did that, it went up to here. So yeah, just about a 3R, 2.5R before it got the retracement. And then we ended up holding that 5-minute bottom gap, and that's where our runners were able to eat. For me, it wasn't runners. I took a half size long on this because of some certain factors that I let the Discord know about. It was a half size long, so I just held this thing, baby. We held it, as you guys can see from the screenshot. So as we approach these highs up here, this is where I started to aggressively move up my stop loss for about a 6RR trade, just about over 130 points. This is what the trade looked like from today: accumulation, manipulation, distribution to that London low and that 15-minute and 4-hour gap through all the LRL. Beautiful setup. But yeah, as you guys can see, the entry was just about at 521 area. You guys can see on the screenshot, 521 was the entry, up 1250, managing at these highs with the runners. So like exactly what's in front of your face. There's the proof for you guys that be hating and don't be believing. But there it is, man. It was a great trade today. If you guys have any questions, remember, in the free Discord, in the description, there's a help center. You guys can ask any questions from the videos, any questions you have in general. I answer all questions. But yeah, great trade, over 100 points. Again, I'm ready to have another great week, see if we can continue this win streak, however long we can do it. I expect to see you guys in the live calls in the Discord, man. Like I said, it's completely free. Just type from YouTube in my public chat in my Discord so you guys can join the New York Session lives. And make sure you guys drop a sub if you're new, and let's keep killing it, man. Peace out.